Hello, welcome everybody. First stream of the week. First stream in a week because I wasn't able to stream last week. Let me actually put this into the new Telegram. Just a moment. That should do it. Alright, who do we have in the chat? Who's here? Not many people in here yet. Say hello if you are in the chat. We got Cons in here. La Quata Atomica. CB is here. Dark Shield. Yes, yes. And no one else so far. Let's see if a few more people can join in. Maybe I just need to move over to Twitch. I have to become a Twitch streamer because it seems like all the noobs are over on Twitch these days. No one new. Everyone does the Twitch life, right? Everyone who gets into crypto trading and stuff like that, they do Twitch to begin with. And then when they realize that like Twitch streamers are fucking like 0 IQ, the majority of them, then they start to switch over to YouTube after a while. So maybe I need to go over there with the 0 IQ Twitch gang. At least until some of those people start to migrate over to YouTube, where the real alpha is, of course. Who else is here? Okay, we got Louis G, Eric. Straightaway life, huge falling wedge on the BTC 2-hour chart. The bottom trend line where BTC could bounce is right where the CME gap is at 39.5. Nice. I'll have a look at that in a moment. TBR, hello. Helping Hand, welcome. Lurking in the cyberspace, Spinbee. Jambi, CryptoX, Delore, Banzai. Mahmood, welcome. I did do Kick for a while and Kick never really got any traction, so we gave up with Kick. Alien, what do you mean? Present. Griff, welcome. Do you mean like present or like present? I also need to keep an eye on Luna in the background. So for those of you, well, I'm sure everyone knows by now. Poor little Luna can't walk at the moment. She's strict crate rest, although she's not good in a crate. So she's literally just chilling on the bed. But I need to make sure she doesn't attempt to move when she's on the bed because she can't walk. Hopefully she'll recover soon, but yeah, it's just wasn't able to stream last week just because lots of physio and things. Got another physio appointment tomorrow, so I'm going to do my morning updates and stuff and then head to physio with the dog, try and get her walking again over the next couple of months hopefully. So Helping Hand, is it good to scalp long at previous week low, stop loss 39,900? Maybe. So, right, what we're looking at for today, really. I mean, it's been a really messy day. There's only been a couple of, like, decent opportunities that I've seen. I did go short, and this was... Where are we? Where even are we? This was when we lost. I need to regain my levels. This was here this morning. So I took a short this morning. Have taken profit on that. And then again, we had VWAP and point of control as another short later on. So it's just, I mean, today's just one of those days where it's, for the day, it's like short, obviously. Like there's no signs of this turning around yet. We're below VWAP. It's continuing to make lower lows, lower highs. So yeah, I'm in a short on Bitcoin. I'd like to see it take previous week lows, see if there is a reaction there, but in the same thing. Like when you actually zoom out and you look at this, it's like, yes, okay, from a day trading perspective, shorts are the only real opportunities that I've seen, because we haven't even like come down and really swept that low, or like got any decent opportunities yet to long until we do come down there to that previous week low and see if we can run it below 40k. However, these wicks on the 4 hour are like interesting, right? The fact that it keeps on dropping below, managing to hold, and this is essentially like this value area low of this whole range. So all these 4 hour wicks that are coming into the value area low of this entire range is maybe like certainly not where you want to be like opening shorts as more swing positions. From a day trading perspective, absolutely fine, but you don't want to be swing short here, because it does have the potential to start to recover. But it's just one of those, like, price action today has just been scrappy. There hasn't really been any need to trade anything. It's more just like, let's just wait and see. Like I say, I've taken a couple of small trades, but that really is it. And today, because I do feel like we're going to go through and this was always the plan, to go through like a few months of just crypto just cooling down and just cooling off somewhat until it has another run later in the year and we start the proper bull run. I went back over to the NASDAQ today, traded that, got a couple of nice trades on the NASDAQ, so I can cover those. This has just been so easy. NASDAQ today was just really easy. Swept London highs, which was a new all-time high as New York session opened. Immediate drop, and back into weekly open, daily open down here. And then got a bounce, which got caught at the VWAP. So yeah, a couple of nice trades on the NASDAQ. Luna, why are you crying? So distracting to try and trade. Crying dog in the background. To try and stream, sorry. What's the indicator called? The TPO. Is this what you were looking at? It is just search TPO on TradingView. And it's here, so it's the new TPO chart. TPO indicator. So it's like what we use on Exo charts, but it's just on TradingView, which is very nice. What's the music? I don't know. It's just it's the Lo-Fi Girl Synthwave playlist, which is supposed to be copyright free, but I always get a copyright strike afterwards. There's a song on here somewhere which copyright strikes me. I don't know what Old Lima and More is. I don't know. So yeah, what do we want to discuss? It's up to you guys. Did you say you're working on some new Exo templates? What I'll do is just redo some of the old ones, get a bit of a workspace back together, but I'm not... Luna, I'm gonna have to put you in the crate, because you're gonna try and jump off the bed and then you'll like literally... Let me go get Luna. She wants to say hello. Do you want to say hello to Luna? We're on a treadmill though, Luna. You can't walk, but I can. Let me slow this down. Wait. Here's Luna. Here she is. So look, she's got like, she's all naked on her back. Got a big scar going down her back, and you can see how her back's like really arched. So she blew a disc in her spine around here, about here, so you can't really see her properly. Luna, say hello. Yeah, she blew a disc in her spine, like here, and it like paralyzed the lower half of her body. So she's unable to walk at the moment. Poor little doggy. But we're walking, I'm walking. We're having a little walk together. Oh yeah, it must have been painful. Like, I have back problems myself. But hey, like imagine like, yeah, so it's, so, you know you have these little discs in your back which are called like shock absorbers between your spine. So she has a condition where those are like calcifying. So instead of it being like a soft jelly-like substance that gives her, that cushions her spine, it's they've gone brittle, they've gone hard, and they've gone brittle. So this is something that affects quite a lot of dachshunds, quite a lot of dogs that have like French bulldogs, pugs, those kind of things, little short, stumpy dogs, and yeah, so this disc like essentially like exploded into her spinal cord and trapped her spinal cord. So it was really like, I mean, it was scary because she just suddenly couldn't walk, and it progressed and yeah. So at the moment, having to do physio with her 4 times a day, having to take her out, carry her everywhere, help her with going to the toilet, those kind of things. So it's stressful, but you'll be better soon, won't you? Hopefully. Hey? Yes. Yes. All right, I'm gonna put you down. Okay, all right, she's back down. Just need to keep an eye on her. I need like a ring mirror so I can stop trying to move. Silly dog. She looks to be in good doggy spirits. Yeah, she's doing good. She's still happy enough. She's still like a happy dog, wagging her tail. She's happy enough. She just can't walk. So she's got this like little sling. So like I have to support her back legs in this sling, and she can like trot along on her front legs, but can't move her back legs. So like, yeah, she's been going for little walks up on the roof garden that we've got here. But they're just like a few minutes long. Anyway. Are you looking at bullish divs, 10 minute and 30 minute? I know they're there, but you can't. Okay, so look, it's ridiculous. The order flow today is like ridiculous. Completely just does not make any sense at all. So this is Binance on CoinGlass, okay? For the entire day, we've just been seeing open interest going up and 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 up. And it's both longs and shorts. Yeah. So this isn't really telling us a whole lot apart from the fact that we're likely to see some kind of expansion outside of this. Now, whether that is a big puke and we dump down to like 38k, or whether we get a nice pump that takes us back to 42 to 44k. This open interest is just a bit weird. Then what we have is Coinbase earlier on, just some like insane amount of market buying going on, and then it's just been flat ever since. When you look at the CVD, you look at spot and it's been buying up like crazy. Okay, so whilst price is just suppressed down here, spot buyers at market are stepping in, which gives the potential for a big squeeze. However, open interest up, delta on perps down suggests the continuation. So spot is saying one thing, like there's coins are being bought here and there is demand here, so therefore we could see a short squeeze. So this is why I would not want to be swing shorting down here. I'm in short positions, but I've been taking profit on them. And yeah, that's kind of it. In terms of a long, there's a temptation to take a long here. But I think I've got enough spot exposure, so I'm gonna chill for a little bit. When you look at the liquidation heat maps as well, like there's certainly, yeah, there is certainly an argument to say that this is going to get a decent short squeeze, but it's just whether we flush below 40k first. And I just can't say with any kind of confidence that we're not going to flush below 40k first. I know that a bounce is coming, it's just how much pain is going to happen before that. So, one of those. Venerio, if spot buys, you can smell a dump coming up. Yeah, so yeah, like buy spot, short perps, that kind of thing. And then, so it's a pretty good strategy, because if you're looking at like buying the dip, and there's a lot of spot buying going on here, then if you're hedging that with a short until you have some kind of confidence that there's a low in, then it could be a decent little strategy. Because the thing is, you might not get that dip below 40k. So in that case, if you want to be like buying coin, then start to buy it here, because we're at range lows. Yeah, we're right down at the bottom of this range right now. Makes sense to be buying some coin, but until you see this start to squeeze higher, then you can be hedged in a short position. So yeah, overall, still looking for this, right? I drew this earlier on, but yeah, essentially still just looking for that kind of thing. But these wicks and just how it's holding here does make me feel like it could just pop without taking those lows. Like, surely if it was going to break, it would have done so by now. Exito, welcome. Damn, long time since I've been here. Good to see you. Well, I'm doing good. I'm doing good, thank you. Good to see you too. Another interesting thing we've had today. There's nothing too much more technical. We've got poor lows, poor highs on the day. Something's got to give. And until it does, not really looking at altcoins, anything like that. Like ETH has been bleeding worse than Bitcoin today. A lot of the altcoins, we're looking at Bitcoin dominance, and that's possibly starting to push up again here. Greg, having lost all my cryptos in the recent past, how would you get back into the market if you were to start from scratch here? Yes, Greg, of course. I would long. I'd remortgage No, because if you've lost all your crypto, you probably haven't like ever had money in your life. I'd sell your see, I would say I'd sell your body, but then if you probably like, you probably can't even do that because you're probably like fat and ugly, Greg. I don't know how we can save you. I think, I don't know. Anyone got any ideas? How can Greg get started back into crypto if he's just lost it all? There must be a way to hustle and then go long 100x every time you get like any money. Go work at McDonald's, put the paycheck into, put it back into Mexi, long 100x, and then one day you might win it, and then you can start again. CB's got I think CB's got the right idea. Yeah, if you send CB 1 Bitcoin, he'll give you 10 back. That sounds like a very realistic, reasonable deal. And I know you say you're not joking, Greg, but I don't trust you. Yeah. No, yeah, that's the right answer, Exito. DCA back in. Make some money, DCA back in. If anyone's going through something similar. And we're on a nice little dip now. Like the rest of the year, okay, yeah, it might drop to 38, it might drop to 32. Rest of the year is looking pretty bullish. By the end of this year, this is going to seem like nothing. Cheap price, cheap coin right now. Do you want to look at any alts? Alts have been like shockingly bad recently. Nemesis Turtle, thank you for subscribing. Why is the subscribe thing so? Oh, that's a point. Is the stream like stuttery at all, or is there any issues with the stream? I've put it back onto 4K streaming, so that everything's more beautiful. And also because I've been working on some educational content, and I do want that to be back in 4K, but it's made everything very small, so I'm having to resize everything. But yeah, hopefully the stream quality and everything's good, even if it is in 4K. Should be good. Link, please. Looks like distribution. Sure. Link. USDT. I'm going to just use the Woo charts actually, because I want to just trade chart stuff I'm able to trade in case there's any trades I would like to take. I don't think I'm going to find any trades that I want to take during this stream because it's getting a little bit late. I'm very unsure. So it's like this whole challenge account for the year's been I did like 2 days trading, ran it from 1K to 1,300. It's just been flat ever since because last week I just wasn't able to trade full stop, apart from like little ones here and there. And then this week I haven't seen an opportunity yet. Does Link look like a distribution? Let's chart this up from, no, I'm gonna go Binance. There we go, we've got more history. No, it doesn't look like a distribution. It looks like a reaccumulation. That looks bullish. Bullish. So, Link went through a range. I mean, it can dip, obviously. But you got $10 support. Weekly has taken out lows. And I would imagine if we're going to look at like previous bull market, holding above the POC of that, how would you draw this? I was thinking maybe value area low. Yeah, so if you just take this part of the range, you got your value area low down there, and you're currently around that POC. You extend that out. Oh, it's too far, but you get the idea. Next, weekly. So where it's kind of caught is this weekly OB, right? So there's a weekly order block. Price just can't get through that, and again, it's that same thing that a lot of these altcoins are caught up in. Then from this perspective, you have this little range. That's everything really on the weekly. There's also a monthly OB. Do you draw the monthly? How does that look if we take that monthly down onto the weekly? Similar type of thing, right? I'm just going to go for the weekly. I like a weekly. And this one had a little gap in it. Now, from this initial range, it's right at that midpoint. So this is when it put in its first high, low, and then started to have this like little distribution that came down and took the lows, similar to what we're seeing with Bitcoin. With Bitcoin essentially coming back down, like made a few highs, put in those divergences. Like I bet if you've got an RSI here, so you got one high there to there, high there to there. I know candle closes weren't high on this one, but if you throw on an RSI, you would have had these divergences playing out on the daily and on the 4 hour. So one peak, lower peak, lower peak. And that played out. You took out the lows where those divergences were starting to form. If you go CVD, the CVD indicator is not very good, but again, you see like distribution here, okay? So you see just lack of participants. So you have the CVD making a new high, lower, lower. So it starts to run out of momentum, but then gets to drop, takes liquidity underneath. And this, essentially just coming back into, you got a bit of a daily gap down here. One day, all of this is balance. You drop into that. So there's a small gap on the chart here. Decent little bounce, and then back into the range. So this range is looking nice on Link, and I certainly wouldn't be anticipating like a lot lower. If the whole market cools off and we go through a bigger correction, then I can see this dropping back down towards these range lows again. However, the fact that we've already swept these range lows doesn't make me think that is necessarily the most likely option. Let's look at the moving averages as well. So you're back above that 50. This probably drops into the 100. So 100, 50, 200 are like the three main moving averages. So then you drop into the 100. So it's holding the 50, you drop down onto the 100, continuation higher. So actually Link's one of those that looks strong in comparison to a lot of other assets right now. Because again, even if this comes up towards the top and doesn't hold, then you drop down onto the 200 again, you're holding the same support. So I'd say anything like around that $12 to $13, if you're able to get like, if you're able to buy around here, that looks pretty good to me. It doesn't look as if you're losing this range or you're likely to lose this range. So it's seen strength comparatively to what the rest of the market is doing. So I quite like the look of Link. I do quite like the look of Link. Holding that anchored VWAP as well. And the other thing you've got to remember with Link is it is typically an outperformer in bearish conditions. So often, and this is the thing, like we've seen Bitcoin on a tear since like end of October, November, and all of like alts just going crazy all over the place. But Link, what it did in the last cycle was it had this big like bull run in bearish conditions, and it's got a history of doing that. So even if the whole market does cool off, I think Link could be one to look at as having another leg higher. So I actually quite like that as a chart, even though, because a lot of stuff's already up here somewhere, like taking out those 2022 highs, which will be up here. So Link's been lagging, so it could be a good one to catch up. Locally, yeah, I like it. I like it. Trending higher whilst the rest of the market's moving down. Looks quite nice. Any chance to look at ARB and SAI? Yes. Can do. Where's Bitcoin again? Let's place an alert if this takes out the previous week low. Total pool is hovering value area high. Sorry, was that on Link again? The thing is, it's when you're looking at like something like this, it's clear that your POC is going to be down here and your value area will be just right down the bottom. So yeah, I see what you mean, that value area high there. But the problem is, where you go through an accumulation like this, what can you really add to that? Like, yeah, everything's just going to be centered around that, and then you're just taking 60. Well, from wherever that POC is, you're just then taking where the remainder of the price action is around that. So it's completely different conditions. Did I see anything else? So I saw Manta. Ondo and Manta. I haven't heard of those. And then ARB and SAI. Let's have a quick look at Ondo and Manta because I asked first. Ondo. Oh man, why are you giving me this like weirdness? I can't chart that. Is that all the history? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. I can't chart that. If you buy this, you're like crazy. Just like wait for more price action. Yeah, nothing I can do with that. Manta. Now this one's a bit more interesting. Ondo's like one of those nasty things that just like launched and then it carried on doing this, and at some point it's just going to crash back down. Whereas this one's trading a little bit better. Right, you've got like a range that's formed. It's right at that midpoint, and actually kind of good. So I don't like Ondo, but I like this. Just calm. Maybe just like a calm like accumulation going on. It hasn't done anything too crazy. It hasn't come up and taken these wick highs. Now I don't know again how much history there is, but yeah, Coinbase looks good. MEXC, yeah, let's go and fill this wick, right? Let's go fill the MEXC wick. Yeah, what is Manta? I haven't heard of Manta. I like it. I don't like Ondo, but I like Manta. Manta is the top trending, even above Satoshi VM today, and even above Celestia and Pith. Manta network. What one was I on? Binance. I'm gonna say it must be a pretty like legit thing because everywhere's listing it. Shall I just buy some spot Manta? Let's go back on here. Let's have a look at it. So, top 100 market cap already. It's only been around for a few days. $616 million market cap. Sorry, Bright. Explore ZK with the modular blockchain on Ethereum. Manta Pacific mainnet is live. Modularity for lower gas fees. Low fees, high scalability. So does this mean bridge to Manta, add Manta Pacific to MetaMask? Does this mean you can effectively like trade ETH with lower gas? I don't know. I'd have to look more into this. Does anyone know more about the project? I'm going to take it off of dark mode again just for a moment. Sorry, everybody. Brightness in your face. Yeah, it looks interesting. What's the Peace logo doing here? Is it gonna pump? Looks like it's gonna pump, right? Like, again, looks like that. There's freaking candle right here. Looks bullish. This is one candle. It's gonna go, isn't it? It's gonna go and it's gonna leave us all behind. Do I FOMO in on something like this? Yeah. Any chance to look at ARB and Psi? So let's have a look at these now. Arbitrum. Ugh. I'm gonna go high time frame levels. I'm interested to see with the fibs. Ah, my god, wrong one. Got close to that 1.618. How far off of that was it? $2.48, got to $2.40. Okay. Just going to check momentum on this again. So daily, something like this, you don't really want to like try and knife catch it. And it looks like you've had a pretty big impulse out of this like year-long accumulation and time to cool off. I would prefer to see this drop a bit lower. What you'll probably find is if it does get a bounce here, you're going to start doing that head and shoulders type of thing. And then you look at like sweeping lows and coming back later on. So yeah, looking at this is like a lot of the market looks like is just more time just to cool down and just to like slow bleed for a while, and then go again later, start to establish some support. It'll go through another, like nothing that looks like this is just going to blast off to new highs again. It's going to take some time. So maybe something for the watch list, see how it goes over the next few days, but I wouldn't want to be knife catching that. Like, okay, if you come back above here, looks okay, but you still look at like a lower high before lower. If you were looking for short positions, on the other hand, if this was to get a bounce, I mean, you could try and get a little bounce off of this. You got weekly level, 4-hour OB. The 4-hour looks okay. It looked okay. It looked okay at this moment. Last Friday, everything's like that thing. Like last Friday, that was when if the market's actually going to recover, last Friday was the day to do it, and then it should have like pushed on from there. And from this point on, it just looks like, yeah, it tried, it failed. Now you're just going to get slow bleed across the majority of the market. Sigh. You got a nice range low down there on Psy. Yeah, everything's similar. But once again, it's just a case of, is it going to hold within this range? You got these lows down here. This wick throws like everything like out of whack, like massively. So you've got 50 cents, a bit of support down there. Where's your fibs? Everything's so high, you can't even like really do like fib pulls and stuff. Because to be honest, if I was looking at something like this, I'd be going like, this might be reality over the next month or so. This might be the reality, is that we just see a lot of these altcoins doing this. Because even if it ranges here, right, it's probably just gonna keep holding around here for a while and just consolidation. So best case scenario you can hope for is some kind of consolidation that takes you around the POC. And if it does that and everything has chance to cool down and moving averages catch up, then sure, you can go for the next thing. But it does seem the more likely option is like that's way too overextended. Slow bleed for a few months. Turn crypto into a bit of a wasteland again. Make it like, get rid of that first round of hype. Go again later in the year. Again, you go back to like the video I put out on like the first of the month before the ETF was released. So what we were thinking was likely to happen was just keep pushing and pushing and pushing until the ETF, and when the ETF comes out, that's it. Like, just chill for a bit. Taking our profits. There's not a lot to trade. We can just relax. It's going to take this low, isn't it? Finally. Let's go take the low. Look at something a bit more interesting. These getting pulled. Yeah, this is not looking good. Look at they're chasing the offer down. Yeah, it's dump time. Come on. It's always the same like time of day. It's always been between like that 6 to 7 p.m. for since the ETF came out. We've just had this consistent dump at this time of day, which is why I went live now rather than like at 8 p.m., which is when I planned it. It's just been like clockwork. It just dumps after 6 p.m. after New York comes back from lunch. So it's like New York open, dump, New York after lunch, dump. There we go. There's previous week close. Cool. Done. Gonna get a bounce now. Or is it just gonna be another like failed attempt at doing anything useful? Not a bad reaction. Still like no change in open interest. I think we got to liquidate some longs. I don't think this looks good, but we'll see. We'll see if it recovers, but I need to open up XO for this kind of thing, but I don't have it open right now. Yeah, look at Spots just puked. What happened to Spot? It's just puked. All that buying on Coinbase just gone in an instant. Let's bring back up the Coinbase chart. What a mess. It's not looking as clear as it is on here. Where did that big puke come from? What is no drop in open interest anywhere? Seriously, like, why is this like not even liquidated anyone? I mean, if there's no liquidations here, Bybit got wrecked. Ah, there we go. There we got some liquidations on Bybit. So you wrecked a few people on Bybit. Of course. Where else to like BitGet? Liquidate all the BitGet fools. No one trades on BitGet anyway. I don't know. Bybit open interest had a decent drop, yeah. That's the only one. 5 minute low SFP. Just gotta try and like. This stage, it's got to get back up here somewhere to even feel like slightly confident in a long position. Did anyone go long? 10 times the volume of the other 9 combined. What was it like? Yeah, how did it look on... So you had 7.61k contracts taking place there. Yeah, it's quite a lot of volume. More volume on Woo. There was more volume just then on Woo than there was on Bybit. Woo having more volume than Binance and Bybit. Go Woo! So we're now it's now the most liquid exchange, right? This is the thing I mean, like look at the last few days. So Thursday, 6 or 7 p.m. dump. Friday, 6 or 7 p.m. dump. Today, dump. Back here, this was New York Open, but Thursday, Friday, Monday, dumps all at the same time. How's NASDAQ getting on? The NASDAQ swept lows again. Interesting. Randall, scalp long, took profit fast, just watching now. NASDAQ 130 EST pump. Everyone coming back from lunch. Reversal. Gonna make a new all-time high. It hasn't really pulled back very much today. So this was all Friday. And all it's really done today is just a slight correction. Back into the top of, so this was the close of the New York session from last Friday. So it's just been holding that big old gap here from like comparatively to what we had. So just that close the gap. There's every possibility that NASDAQ could get a really nice bounce here. And that with Bitcoin having just taken the lows, if that can recover, not really doing very much though. I might go long Bitcoin here, just on this pullback. Now that we've got this as an invalidation, we've had this. And we're back down into that previous week low. I'm going to go for it. Stop loss here. Just looking for it to break through that POC. Can I do it on screen? Did that also take out range lows, Coinbase? I think it did, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Nice. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm long. Close this up properly. Main account. Oh. What's the current POC target? So, if we're looking at range now, so we've just swept range lows. It wasn't, we could have gone lower on that, but there's not really been any continuation from this. So let's look at Coinbase. Let's also look at CME. So you got, I'd go for this. I think 44 is still a decent target for this. So if it can bounce up back up into 40, up to 44k. I know you've got this like double point of control weirdness going on here. How are the lower time frames looking again? We haven't taken out 40. That's the only slight concern for myself, and we're still looking at this anchored VWAP down here, so could be a little bit premature. But the fact that we've taken the lows at this stage, I don't mind scaling into a long now. Happy for that to be added to until we get down to like 38. So if we can average into something, get an average entry around here. You're just looking for something along the lines of this, but maybe as a scalp. We'll see. It's worth a go. So there hasn't been much opportunity with Bitcoin lately, and we've finally taken the low. So on Woo, the POC is higher, so that is that 44. Please take a look at ETH also. Yes. I apologize for my ETH chart. It's not very good. Look at the ETH CME chart. I have too much more. I don't have too much to say on ETH. Daily AB, ETH BTC. Oh, ETH. Look at ETH BTC. Nice little bounce. What's this low? See, I was hoping for a little bit deeper. I was hoping for deeper on Ethereum, down towards that yearly open, golden pocket kind of area. Yeah, I need to look at ETH a bit more. I've not taken a trade here or anything. I'm not really interested in taking a trade. That again, this just like chilling out for ages. That's not looking bad at all, is it? Oh man, ETH, yeah. ETH's showing a bit. ETH ideas. Thank you, Randall. I need to just clean up a chart and redo this. I haven't traded ETH for ages. Let's add that value area high. Where do you take this? Guess that's your impulse. Moving averages are here. You got that 50-day, not too far off either. Okay. There's a weekly order block on ETH just below the 618. Maybe good to long there. Yeah, you got this POC down here as well. I'm looking at like whether this is gonna like whole market recovery is the idea. And with ETH BTC, what's this done? That's just come drop below this low. Interesting. So ETH BTC, when you look at the range here, okay, you've got this down here, but I'm looking at internal low, internal high, might be a nice little trade on here on both. So yeah, both Bitcoin and Ethereum, now that we've taken that low, looking not too bad. I'm going to go long on both. If I get invalidated on Bitcoin, then I'll close out of Ethereum. But hey, I haven't traded ETH for a while. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go small size. Small size. Maybe like one ETH contract. See how it goes. I'll do it on the challenge. Do I do it on the challenge? Where's the challenge? I've been patient this whole drop, so I'm going to do it. I've been waiting and 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 waiting for an opportunity to go long. And throughout this whole thing, like all of last week, it's just like nothing at all. Just waiting and waiting and waiting. So gonna give it a go. Invalidation on each of these. I think you're just going to have to size down if this low doesn't hold and if we don't get a decent recovery here. It's not like, it's certainly not looking strong as a recovery, but we shall see. Let's make this exciting. Let's watch it on here. Come on, Bitcoin, time to pump. 10-second chart, let's go. Are we getting a nice recovery on the NASDAQ as well? Yeah, not bad. No, that's the wrong way, Bitcoin. That way. Up. Higher, please. Alright. $100x exciting. I'm not really doing much leverage on this. But I am one contract long Ethereum on what is only a 1K account, so I guess that could... How much risk is that giving us? It's cool. I'm only risking like 1%. I'm gonna give this some time. We'll allow the risk to go up to like 3%. Come on. If I do ETH, is that gonna give us ETH? No. It's a no. Or is it agro.trade? I can't remember how you get Ethereum on agro. Come on, go, go, go. It's not going to move until I stop looking at it. I'm just going to I'm going to walk away. I'm going to walk away for exactly 30 seconds. We're going to see a reaction. Walk away. Walk away. Oh, it's still not moving. Yeah, it's going to move when I end the live, isn't it? Okay, we're in the trade. We know what we want to see. And yeah, I think at this stage I'll probably just wrap up the stream and I'll allow it to do its thing. Any more questions? Anything else anybody want to cover before I disappear? Philip, looking at your questions, so any recommendations on brokers and software for trading stocks as EU citizen and a total beginner? So so I trade indices, futures. I trade the NASDAQ. I just trade the NASDAQ now. The S&P500 sometimes. And I do that on Top Step using Quantower as but then you're saying as a beginner. Yeah, as a beginner. There's not really an easy answer to that. It depends whether you've got investing experience and whether you've used apps general stuff like eToro, and you've got an idea of using TradingView. You have some experience with all of that. But I'd say funded accounts are good as a new trader to trade futures contracts and to start to get your head around how they work, because the risk that you put in with a funded account is only ever going to be the amount that you pay for the challenge. So if you can't lose your life savings by putting it all into crypto or into stocks and trading it away, you can only lose as much as the account costs. So I use Top Step personally. You can get a 50k challenge account for $50, $49. There is a link in the description below, I believe, for that. And yeah, that gives you the 50% discount on that. So instead of it being, I think it should be $129, you'll get it for $49. But yeah, then you can start trading and you can start to understand that. Now it's complicated as a beginner, so it's going to be difficult, but yeah. A quick look at Doge. Nothing's going on with Doge. It backtested that yearly level again, so I'll have a quick look at it, but there ain't nothing happening. Doge. Doge. It's just same old range. Yeah. Same old range. I had a Doge chart, but you're just at a yearly level and it just keeps like bumping into this one. Oh no, it's this old range. It's like pong, 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 pong. F. Nothing. I got a bag of Doge. I'm gonna get this trade's gonna get stopped very annoyingly. Bitcoin's just gonna. It's not gonna happen, is it? I mean, oh, okay. It's clinging on. It's clinging. It's holding on for dear life right now. But again, bounce another lower high. So yeah, maybe we're just about to be stopped out on this. Load of crap. Range lows taken, previous week lows taken. Pathetic reaction. Really, really, really bad. So yeah, 38k if this doesn't hold. If I get stopped out of this. I mean, we haven't taken 40. So is there going to be, are there going to be bids at 40? Let's wait and see. But yeah, that's really poor. To only bounce that much is like crap. So yeah, looks like we're going to get stopped. Same again on ETH. Yeah, there'll be other opportunities, but at this stage, if this doesn't happen, just wait for the capitulation. It's going to get really ugly. So we'll watch it, but just this is why you have stop losses. If this doesn't happen, I just don't really see. I don't really see anything until we're like, yeah, 39, 38, 800 is where I want to see this going, and that could happen in the next hour or so. So now that we haven't had an SFP, we're looking at this accelerating downwards. So yeah, that's stopped. There's the alert. Now it's probably going to run it back. Do I have a second to this? Do I try and go long again? Probably not. Waited a whole week for that long, and I get stopped out straight away. What an absolute piece of shit Bitcoin is. Look at all the volume though. Okay, right, I'm going to end the stream because now I need to seriously think about, like, I just need to watch this and see where I'm gonna get back into a trade. There may be an attempt to go back long again if this is just like a stop hunt, stop out early longs. But I need to watch this properly and see what's going on here. Focus, because I've waited for a long time for this trade. I don't want to miss it, and this is like, it's a big trade to take here. It's a big decision to make. I don't know what decision I'm going to make. So on that note, it doesn't look great. This looks like it's just going to keep on dropping. However, if this is just a stop hunt and I've been victim of that, then there's probably one more opportunity to go back in. It's not something I like doing though, and it's not something I'm going to say that I'm doing on stream. So if I do ape in, I'm keeping that as a personal little potential win or potential loss. So yeah, tricky conditions. Thank you everybody for watching. I will see you again on the next live stream, whenever that may be. And I'll yeah, if this was a normal trade, I'd stick around and I'd trade it, but I can't. I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to watch what's